Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Sorcerer Supreme Issue 1 2025. That is a beautiful cover. Now, I looked into this because when it was pretty much solicited, it was like, okay, who's going to be the Sorcerer Supreme? And it's like, okay, we learned that it's Wanda, and it's like, okay, let's see how this kind of works out. It's Issue 1, but it has a legacy of like Issue 45. I don't know if that's like Scarlet Witch's kind of stuff, or if there was a Sorcerer Supreme title. Orlando, Chung, and Redmond creative team. This actually worked out pretty well for me. I actually really like the art and the kind of handling of what was going on with Wanda here. So let's crack into this. Manhattan. Oh, and it is $4.99 for issue 1. There have been fast and loose for other kind of issue 1s and other kind of special ones, so I just want to let people know about that. So, Manhattan, New York, USA. Why flee? Your island is a conduit for fear. A city's sorrow gathers here, and the dread Dormammu will drink deep. Get fucked, bro. You think we're afraid? We ain't going nowhere. I'm like, yep. New York, and not New York in general is that vibe, but New York in the MCU, this is a Tuesday, bitch. Eat my ass. The kindling will be silent. Doom has fallen and his wards with him. All I found are a few sad dimensional snare traps to guard your world. Such witchcraft means little to the Faltine. I will blaze the souls from your flesh, with no Sorcerer Supreme to stop me. Are you sure about that? You. The Dread One hates being wrong. Who doesn't? That's not my name. But the earthly plane does have a Sorcerer Supreme. Me, Wanda Maximoff. This is the Occultus AB, Occultus AB Occultus, a diary of sorts, a personal tome of my own design. This title came with all sorts of new enemies, and Wanda's looking awesome there. Now, red is my favorite color, but that's really awesome, and I like her design with like the tiara being kind of like energy, her having the Eye of Agamotto, and then the Cloak of Levitation kind of around her, almost kind of like hoodie style, where you kind of wrap it around your waist. I'm like, okay, Wanda, let's see how you do this. I thought it best to keep a record. Yeah, because sometimes you have to like write that. Sometimes it's good to journal it just to keep your own thoughts in order, get through your own thought processes, but sometimes you got to be like, alright, I dealt with this motherfucker, let's see what we got to do now. Maximoff, the Vishanti, would never dare take the Dark Elder's puppet as a champion. I am no puppet, Dread One. I put Chthon in a little box. Try to keep up. Speak with respect, witch. I couldn't help but provoke him. For my sins, I get the groping gaze of the Faltine. And it's like, oh god, that's fucking gnarly. And since this is a magical kind of one, they go nicely into utilizing weird kind of crazy shit for their magic kind of going on, which I always appreciate. Again, each comic, usually within whatever kind of genre goes on, should kind of like amp up and know what kind of style is needed for stuff, and going kind of balls out crazy for magic. That's what you do. But the Eye of Agamotto gaze is back. Its light dispels the dark arts. You're not welcome here, Dormammu. You think I'd repeat Doom's mistakes? Those were my dimensional snares. You mask your my dimensional snares. You mask your pain with bluster, but the bile of Satha burns even the Faltine. My true rival would never lower himself to such base traps. He's like shooting fucking arrows and shit at her, and then she just like blats that out like ain't nobody's business. Stephen Strange was a surgeon, a healer, and yes, that's not me. I am myself, Dormammu, witch, mother, teacher, survivor. And it's like, yeah, she's got different ways of doing magic than Strange, so let's see how that works out. And this is a nice 2-pager. Let me show you. And she's just like doing some kind of weird energy portal fucking thing that looks like it sucks in Dormammu and then shits him back out. It's like, yeah, she's got that. There's something terrifying in me, the true Darkhold. Caged in its pages are the sad tales of everyone there ever was or will be. Yeah! Every mistake, every fear, every road not taken, and the cruelest magic ever made. Every day, it all tries to get out. Every day, I deny it. This is my nightmare. But it can be shared. I can force the Dread One through the maelstrom. I feel the demons roused, rabid for freedom, but I hold them in. It's like, that's fucked up. And it sounds very much kind of like the penance stare, except instead of stuff that you've done to others, it is the culmination of like every kind of pain that everyone in the universe feels inflicted on someone or something. It's like, holy shit. For Dormammu to enjoy in detail. You just toured 10 billion years of anguish in seconds. It's normal to take a beat. I'll take your head. The whole of the Darkhold could do little more than stagger me, as we see him pretty much plop down on like a frickin' delivery truck. It's like, okay. I'd almost be like, how do you explain that to your manager? But you're in the Marvel universe. It's like, fucking Dormammu hit my shit. It's like, alright, you're good. You think that was all of it? Oh, you simple creature. That was just one chapter. A flailing boast. I saw it, Witch. The book poisons you. It soils this realm. My rejuvenation rests in more fertile soils. As he fucking plops himself out. It's like, oh shit. The book poisons me, the fool. In small doses, poison tempers flesh. Yes, and I'm like, that's a very interesting way to go. It kind of also links to one of the books that I like, The Count of Monte Cristo. Edmond Dantes at certain points inuring himself to poisons by taking certain doses at different kind of intervals to make sure that if someone does try and poison him, he doesn't get killed. Wanda, where are you at, lady? Weren't we meeting in Brooklyn? I'm on my way, Darcy. Your phenomancy has improved. Phenomancy. Phenomancy has improved. The magic mind talk got easier when you said I could use 4-letter words. Yeah. Is that her? Are you doing it right now? With colorful invective, Eli, all the magic spells in the world, and Wanda's still late. Forgive me. An ageless being of pure magic tried to drink Manhattan's sorrow. Tell me another one. Wait, so is she coming or what? Will there be like a puff of smoke or something? Abracadabra, as she just pops up there and is like, yeah. There you go. I'll allow that line only because I'm tired of watching the intern pack this place up. Too bad old McNee couldn't keep his corner store going, but I got us a killer deal on this stock. Care to send it on to our shop boss? You're the boss now, Darcy. Emporium is yours, and I couldn't be in better hands. I was like, oh, interesting. I might not know exactly what's going on with the Scarlet Witches kind of stuff, but I'm like, okay, so evidently Darcy is taking care of the Emporium. You must be Eli Feist. Careful, Darcy ritually sacrificed the last intern. That's not good. I'd really like seeing like the glowing stuff on her hands and everything. She what, like, metaphorically? Don't leave the toilet seat up and you'll never find out. But speaking of rituals, how's the new gig going, boss? It's like, well, she's got to deal with Dormammu at the moment, so let's see how this goes on. The new gig indeed. A new residence has come with my duties. The Sanctum Sanctorum, 177A Bleecker Street, Greenwich Village. And though Doctor Strange is no longer its main resident, I have not moved into an empty house. Stephen lived here. I live here. There are other sanctums, but you chose this one. You've taken my best friend's home and title for yourself. I've taken nothing, Wong. So you say, and you are the Sorcerer Supreme, but you are not the Vishanti's chosen, nor did Stephen grant you the honor before he went missing. It's like, ooh. And I kind of like it going from the sanctum down and showing off Wong like that. I have heard your story, Wanda. I cannot say I believe it. Is it really so hard? I've never known sorcerers to lack imagination. You rescued the vestments. Perhaps you felt a reward was due. I listened, Wong. This is your house, but I'm not here to be judged. One might call it counsel. Stephen questioned the Vishanti, as did I, but this is brazen. You have never been Sorcerer Supreme. You shatter our norms without knowing them. You are a wrecking ball. I respect your station, but I loathe your choices. It's like, interesting, Wong. If you're gonna fight, do it over something important, like, like, who's gonna take me out on the town. We have agreed to share your care, Bats, A-listers, and Antons as well. I'll walk the dog, but not the snakes. We didn't ask. See? It's going well. The ghost dog and I will hit the streets. It's like, okay. I'm glad Bats and her have a nice kind of thing going on. And that's actually a pretty nice design there for her kind of like informal wear. Let me see. I will hit the streets once I've sought my chosen counsel. Thank you for coming. We've all been a bit busy. I know I have. Dueling Con Ed, jousting with the Sanctum's Keeper, outwitting Dormammu, we're long overdue for our first cabinet meeting. It's like, this is interesting and kind of different than how Strange kind of like did things. And I'm like, interesting here. Some of you were surprised to hear from me. Good. I'm surprised to be here. Even so, I'm Sorcerer Supreme. When Doom was in power, he thought he was infallible. Very true. I refuse to repeat his mistakes, or anyone else's. I mean to push forward. I hope to redefine the ties between mortal and magic, to be bold and break things. But not alone, not without a cabinet of advisors at my side. Who wishes to speak first? That's actually kind of cool. I'm like, So normally the Sorcerer Supreme is like, I will defend this dimension and do this shit myself. Now, Strange also sought counsel as well, but he didn't have something kind of like this where he would regularly check in with all these different kind of people with different kind of perspectives. Wong was usually the main kind of counsel and be like, watch it. You're essentially, you could be fucking a light socket if you're not careful. It's like, my only choice at this point is to fuck a light socket. I just got to do it in a weird fucking way. It's like, alright. So, we'll see how this works with Wanda. Somnus joins me after saving the Avengers Emergency Response Squad from a dream parasite. Astonishing Avengers 14 through 16. I don't know, Wanda. You really want my opinion? A king of dreams is master of a realm where anything's possible. You belong here. But, well, I'm new to the job, sure, but I'm over a century old under this fresh face. Change is good. Bold is good, but it scares people, and not just the right ones. Very true. And I kind of like his design. I don't know you, but interesting and good perspective there. I'm good with most of the art, but we got Tommy and Billy here, Speed and Wiccan, that look a little bit weird for my taste, facial-wise. People love to fall back on the way things are. It's inertia. I guess it's comfortable? Not everyone's going to like you messing with that. Speed is my son, but I wasn't there. The foster system failed him repeatedly. I won't. Not again. Tommy is learning about my world, thanks to a friend. He's now the rapid response agent for the United Nations Sorceress Crime Service. That sounds cool. But I got your back, okay? The UNSCS has been teaching me tons of stuff. Giving the finger to the magic management's going to have a ripple effect. Every sorcerer is going to be under more scrutiny, not just us or you. Wiccan is my son too. While his past was far safer than his brother's, as a future deity and a recently disposed cosmic wizard, his present is far heavier. Of course, all those wise sorcerers who've always considered me before acting. Yeah. But see, they're just not how I've envisioned Speed and Tommy, and there's no problem. It's just kind of like a different kind of take on their kind of faces that it takes a little getting used to. Wiccan and Speed, Billy and Tommy. Mighty as they are, these are my children. And what are children but a reminder that tomorrow is bigger than you? I really like her view on that. It's like, yeah, I mean, don't dismiss them, but they're going to be the ones that take up after you. What if it's too much too fast? I'm sure you don't want to hear that. I can handle hard truths. We agreed. Yes, a fresh start. Tabula rasa. My honesty in return for your lessons. I failed Amaranth as a mentor. Got lost in teaching her how I'd like to be taught. That is interesting to learn, and also a lot of the main problems that people that go on to try and be mentors or teachers fall into. They teach how they would learn, not how the pupil learns. We're trying again. She is a balance, the daughter of witchcraft and chaos, a living truce. She looks fucking bored as shit. I'm like, alright. Not every change has to be a hard turn at high speed. How can you possibly know this is right? I don't know, but I know no other way. One of the many reasons you're here is to pump the brakes. Good. Norms have their place. Without such tiresome formalities, I could never have bartered my sister free from our mother. Clea is a Sorcerer Supreme herself. Her husband, Strange, vanished during Doom's reign. In his absence, she's returned to the Dark Dimension to raise her young sister. It's like, okay. That definitely works well enough to not have Clea going completely at Wanda, because we've had Strange taken out of being Sorcerer Supreme before and killed. So, and Clea pretty much took up the mantle and did stuff with that. So, it makes sense that now that her sister is around, she's there to kind of take care of her and try and raise her right. I see. You'd prefer I change the system from within. How often is that effective? The Fall Team Princess would prefer you cowed. Is that not painfully obvious? It's like, okay, who's talking weird like this? I prefer you as you are, a true and primal disruptor. You do me proud. The last of my cabinet is the first of my foes, and the worst. Pretty much the devil's advocate. I really liked showcasing Wanda and Chthon there, and good stapling, no loose pages, man. Cthon has hounded me since I was born, but I find it wise to keep my enemies close. Pretty much your devil's advocate. The Dark Elder now hisses to me from beyond the sleeping beyond, a raw pocket universe. I've crafted him a new domain, a new canvas to spoil as he sees fit. I hate him, but I need a devil's advocate. Cthon expected a fist, and I offered him a hand. Eventually he'll spit in it. At least she knows and is preparing for that. Ignore these cowards. The Vishanti were fools, my sister most of all. Humbling Ashtor and her lackeys warrants nothing but the highest of praise. As always, you twist the truth. The vestments were vaporized by the Living Tribunal in One World Under Doom, Issue 9. I didn't know that happened like that, so it's like, okay. Doom sacrificed them along with himself, but the choice was his alone. Little Victor chose martyrdom, and you ransacked his corpse. Do not demur. Be proud. Morals are the oldest chains ever forged. It's like, okay, said someone who pretty much is like, your morals are to do whatever the fuck you want, asshole. I respect what Victor did. He gave up his life to save his goddaughter. The vestments were collateral damage. Victor had to know they had a kind of life. He just didn't care. Very true, especially with what we've learned with the Cloak of Levitation and everything. The vestments served him. Their lives were his to spend, and yours to take. Luckily, my own mind isn't as blunt. Thank you, Wanda. And then we are shown how she did this. It's like, okay, because we saw at the end of One World Under Doom her doing this. I heard the vestments cry out from the void. Magical artifacts, like magicians, are more than they appear. The Cloak of Levitation and the Eye of Agamotto weren't just cloth and metal. Their material forms were ash, but hints of their higher forms lingered. I reconstituted them through the last door, a portal that seeks those with nowhere to turn. The door was spent in the process, but so what? The vestments were safe, as we see her pretty much going through and seeing what was kind of going on with them and rescuing them. This is what you can't grasp, Cthon. I didn't strike while the cloak and the eye were defenseless. I answered their call. They had no one else. I don't know if I was the only one who could hear them, but I was the only one who listened. Doom abandoned them to annihilation. I rescued them. The vestments recognized that. They sought a new bearer, one who would never betray them. So you see, I was chosen for this, but not by the Vishanti, and that was a problem. It's like, okay, and then we start seeing the problem. Now, I don't think they would harbor any ill feelings towards Strange. I mean, he was pretty much dead, and they had to bring up the Sorcerer Supreme thing, and then Doom fucking doing his shit. So I don't think that they would hold a grudge against him. Wanda Maximoff, I thought you above common thievery. Doom is lost. The Sorcerer Supreme has fallen. And then we get this crazy one seeing the Vishanti. It's like, okay. Only the Vishanti may select a successor. The Cloak of Levitation and the Agamotto's Eye have strayed for far too long. They are wounded, they are desperate, but they do not choose their masters. Cede the vestments, witch. You test forces far above your station. You sure about that? I could say the same. Spoken like a wizard of ward of witchcraft. Only one of her cursed coven could be so bold. I dare to offer safe haven when asked, Ashtor, without question, without fail. The Cloak and the Eye chose me. If they wish it, I will defend them and all of magic as Sorcerer Supreme. If they wish it, you stand before the Vishanti, the three who are one. Doom's folly was disgraceful enough. We can entertain this madness no more. The vestments will return to their masters. A true successor must be chosen. You feign strength, witch, but beneath your proud displays, you are a frightened child. As they pretty much try and scare her and show how they see her. Is that what you see? Look again, as she pretty much just cracks at him. It's like, yeah, there you go, Wanda. The wishes of the vestments are clear. I will guard them against all threats. Even you. Have you lost your mind? You think we'll stand for this witch? You think I'll let it stand? You can consider it at the crossroads. I'm sending you to neutral ground. Today you stood between me and those in need. Don't do it again. And I really like seeing the red and the diagonal kind of stuff with the paneling here. Really cool paneling here. You're a pretender. The mantle's weight will break you. There's no act great enough to sugar over your failures. Magic is too mighty a thing to be left in your hands. Well, my friends, that certainly could have gone better. What now? The Vishanti were never going to like this. But I will admit. Now, these changes to my life have been illuminating. Yeah, there we go. Many welcomed me as the Scarlet Witch, wary or not. Already Wanda has rejected the Vishanti. Already there is one less check on the Sorcerer Supreme. But it seems seeing me as Sorcerer Supreme is a bridge too far. And one less room at the inn, I mean the Sanctum. Couldn't you have shuffled her off to Hong Kong or London? Better to have her close, Anton. Now you and Alistair have someone new to tempt. If you really think she'll burn it all down, you could do more than sip tea. Wanda is unpredictable. Her methods are untraditional. Stephen was a steady hand. I prefer that. I prefer she sought my counsel, but all the same, I'm willing to be proven wrong. At the very least. I'm like, okay, we'll have to see what goes on with the snakes and Wong there. It's like, she's willing to walk the dog. Come on, Wanda. I mean, I get it. Working morning miracles is fun. Sick, brah. Who needs gravity, am I right? As she pretty much, as we see the red for her magic kind of helping certain people as she's kind of going along, doing tricks and all that. But why are you really doing this? Because I was asked, Bats, because I believe magic can do more. Any hints? I won't tell anyone. My lifespan's only 10 to 1200 years. With magic, there are rules, traditions, there are costs. All nice words for barriers to entry. I'm like, interesting way to put it. Why do those systems exist? Her saving a dog there. And these days, people deserve some miracle making. I'm like, yep. And she's helped someone from slipping in coffee. A point comes when guarding something that's the same as caging it. Yes. And someone almost getting their head cracked in by a falling thing. It's like, shit. Rules evolve, rituals change, as Sorcerer Supreme. Ag, it's a shock, isn't it? Like the catastrophic horn of heaven. It's like, okay. And then we get this nice 2-pager showing Agatha. It's like, holy shit. Also known as a proper entrance. I should thank you, Wanda. You forced their hand. You gave the Vishanti no choice. Now they've chosen the true Sorcerer Supreme, Agatha Harkness. And I kind of just like them look. Agatha's purple there is really nice. It's like, okie dokie. And Bats is like, oh shit. Let's see. The Sorceress, the Witch, and the Warpath. And then we get a look at designed by Russell Dodderman and just seeing all the stuff for Wanda, which is really kind of cool. And then other kind of variant covers. Let's see here. Wanda defied the Vishanti to seize the title of Sorcerer Supreme, but the Vishanti won't take the insult lying down. It's Sorcerer Supreme versus Sorcerer Supreme as she challenges the Vishanti's anointed champion, Agatha Harkness. But with the Vishanti distracted by the battle over Earth, what rising threats have escaped their notice? Also showcasing Wiccan Witch's Road and Doctor Strange issue 1. Cool. So, I liked seeing this to see what everything kind of meant at the end of One World Under Doom. Seeing that evidently Doom was like, I'm gonna be a dick and sacrifice this shit too. I'm like, they've got lives and shit. And I like that Wanda was able to save them with the last door and everything like that. It's like, oh, okay. Last door? Yes. And that she has her own kind of cabinet that she's using as advisors. Wong would rather be the kind of advisor kind of role, but I like that she's going with like a lot of different kind of stuff. Also checking in with her kids to kind of have that kind of tempering kind of force to see what's kind of going on. Speed being a little bit more outside of the magical wheelhouse, but even still being inside of the wheelhouse with like that UN one. I was like, that's kind of cool to learn about that organization. The Dream Somnus and being like, I don't know, I'm new to this stuff. And then her using her kind of former pupil to kind of keep a tempering kind of force, and then also having Cathan on there for devil's advocate of like, just keep doing the weird shit you doing. And Clea as well. I'm glad Clea was brought into the fold and that they had a pretty good explanation for why she's not kind of going after Wanda for this, and instead having the Vishanti go for Agatha Harkness and going on for it. Especially when you're like, wasn't she kind of old? And it's like, yeah, but she's gotten young and everything like that. And of course, there's always magic and all that. And I did like Wanda walking bats and all that and performing magic to kind of help people. So it's like, okay, different kind of way. Let's see how she's kind of going on with this. I like her attitude towards this. It's like, interesting. So we'll have to see how this goes and does. I think this was a pretty strong first issue here. So if that sounds interesting to you, go and try and check it out. If you've been into Scarlet Witch, I think Orlando's been doing a lot of stuff with Scarlet Witch. You'll be getting more of the same, so I think that would work out pretty well. Overall, I like the art for what the magic was kind of done. Those certain kind of faces, like with Tommy and Wiccan's, I'm just like, okay, they just didn't fit for me. Not that they're bad, it's just like, not my kind of style with the kind of faces. Everybody else's faces just worked out pretty well. I'm just like, okay. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.